Hi, how's it going? It's Charles Botenston. I'm back here in my apartment, and you may have seen me just review the distinction between millionaires and the middle class. I'm going to be moving on to an absolutely incredible book, and it's actually, I've joined it into my affirmations that I say every single day. The affirmations, that say, I am a millionaire. I am incredible. I have confidence when speaking in public. I have a hit television show on a major network. These are things that I convince myself, obviously through the subconscious mind. This book, The Power of Habit, was clearly a bestseller before I even looked at it, and it was on my wish list for the longest time. I then started getting into the subconscious mind topics. Dr. Shad Helmstetter, who wrote What You Say When You Talk to Yourself, which is my favorite book so far. I'm actually reading his newest one, which is actually in my bag, and I'll be reviewing that one soon enough. That one is called, I forgot the name of it, but I then decided to switch subjects and pick up habits because I read a book by Kelly McGoglin called The Willpower Instinct, and that really flipped my mind upside down on willpower. It's called The Willpower Instinct, and I highly recommend that. I don't know if I actually did a review on that, but The Power of Habit. So in short, what's great is that a lot of people complain that there's not enough case studies in a lot of these books. That's the number one thing, is that they don't give proof. Where's the scientific research? In something like a habit, this is something that's really only been around in heavy study for the last 50 to 60 years, in heavy study. They do have people from the early 1900s, or the late 1900s, the early 1900s, the late 1800s, a couple of doctors that brought up habits. And they were the ones that really flipped science upside down, but it was so early that no one believed it and they got shunned and everything else. The basics to a habit is that you have a cue, you have the actual habit, and then there's a reward. So you have the cue, which is I'm bored. You have the habit, which is you go and get soda from the vending machine, and the reward is drinking the soda. You have a habit that says I'm hungry. Or even better is that the habit is, or the cue is I'm hungry. The reward, I know I just said that, but the reward is chocolate, and the reward is eating the chocolate. So what they say is keep the cue, in other words, you're hungry, keep the reward, which is thank you for the food, but just change the habit, just change what you do. And the end of the book is actually really the crux of the entire book, which is you have to experiment. You have to find out what the cue is. The cue could be, I want to socialize. Say it's 2 p.m. They use the 2 p.m. example, and they say it's 2 p.m. on a Monday, and that's when you always go down and get a bag of chips, or you always go down for a smoke, or you always go down to get a soda or something that you want to change. So they say, look at what the cue is. The cue is I'm bored, I want to socialize, I am hungry, I am thirsty. Whatever the case is, look at the cue, find out what the cue is. You already know what the reward is, which is you focus on the cue, which is, I don't know, whatever the time is. And then the reward, you have to find out, am I getting this water, or am I getting this soda because I'm thirsty? Am I getting this soda for the sugar high? Am I getting this soda so then I can walk over and socialize? So you have to then focus on the reward. And the reward could be, I go for a smoke. What's the cue? I'm bored. I go for a smoke. The reward is smoking. But the reward could actually be socializing with other smokers. And that's really what you want as the reward. But you tell yourself that it's actually cigarettes that you want instead of socializing. So in other words, you have to focus on the cue. What makes you get up from your desk? And this could be for anything. This could be early in the morning. This could be going to the gym. The cue is my alarm goes off. I have my shoes right there. The habit is going to the gym, and the action, or the habit, or the reward, the reward is that you get a nice protein shake or something. You need a reward to start a habit. but you have to figure out the cue and the reward if you want to stop the habit, which is the middle part. So you have a cue, you have the habit, and you have the reward. And that's essentially what this is about. This is the outside of the book. And you have something that you have the cue, you have the habit, and then you have the reward. So figure that out in any area of your life. It could be starting a habit. So my habit was waking up early. And it was really hard this morning to wake up because I got home from work around 12:30 at midnight, past midnight, and I get up around 5:30. So my cue is the alarm goes off, and I actually have one of those GE General Electric lights. It's like about this big. It's, and it shines. It mimics the sunrise. So it slowly over half an hour gets brighter and brighter. So it mimics the sunrise because I noticed that I just hate that alarm noise. So I have the GE. I highly recommend that. And then when it's time, so it gradually gets brighter, and then I have it, you can either do like bird sounds or chirping, or you have all these nature sounds that go off on the time that you want. I have the radio, and it's like classical music that goes off. So that's my cue. My action is to get ready, put all my stuff for the day in my gym bag, go to the gym, and the reward is how I feel afterwards. And though I did it for a while, I'm getting back into it, and I know that it sucks in the beginning. But they say that you actually rewire your brain. And actually the book that I'm reading, I just remembered it. It's by Shad Helmstetter. Highly recommend the book. It's called The Power of Neuroplasticity. I think it's The Power of Neuroplasticity, which means that your brain can actually rewire habits. So you start going to the gym, and then you wire it into your brain that it is now a habit. And it's weird if you don't go to the gym. So if you want to start a habit or you want to break a habit, you can't actually break the habit, but you could replace the habit. So in other words, you can find out what the cue is, you can find out what the reward is, which is I socialize, I get out of bed and go to the gym, I feel good after the gym, and the habit is what you want to replace, which is a bad habit, which is smoking, drinking too much, waking up late, fears, getting over fears, or starting a habit like eating healthy. You have to reward yourself. If you have a cue and you have a habit, but you don't have a reward, it's not going to become a habit. And they don't. I've been using the word habit, but they call it something else, and it's routine. They call it a routine. So this is it. You can see it right here. Is that they have a cue, a routine, and a reward. And the first part of the book is absolutely incredible. It talks about mice and how your brain rewires itself expecting a reward. So highly recommend this. You got to pick it up. It is definitely a 6 out of 5 stars. It's a 5 out of 5 stars. It's absolutely incredible. My name is Charles Botenston. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my videos. The Power of Neuroplasticity is definitely going to be next. It's probably going to be better than what you say when you talk to yourself by the same author, which is Shad Helmstetter. Anyway, if you have any books that you want me to read, definitely send it over. Subscribe to the YouTube and follow me on Instagram. Go to my website, icharles.com. Talk to you guys soon.